G'day everyone, Brian Odian with another episode of VikingCloud's CyberIntel. In the background, a place in the cyber landscape where many seem oblivious, there is a cyber war going on between nation states. Now this might not be news to many, but the extent of it would shock a great number of you. ASIO, the Australian Security Intelligence Organisation boss Mike Burgess, not long ago said, "More Australians are being targeted for espionage and foreign interference than at any time in Australia's history. From where I sit, it feels like hand-to-hand combat." He went on to say in the ASIO Annual Threat Assessment of 2024, the most immediate, low-cost and potentially high-impact vector for sabotage is cyber. Our critical infrastructure networks are interconnected and interdependent, which increases the vulnerabilities and potential access points. ASIO is aware of one nation-state conducting multiple attacks to scan critical infrastructure in Australia and other countries, targeting water, transport and energy networks. We assess this government is not actively planning sabotage, but is trying to gain persistent, undetected access that could allow it to conduct sabotage in the future. If you ask any intelligence agency in the world, are they under cyber attack? The answer would be yes or worse. If you don't believe me, have a look at the FBI's Cybercrimes Most Wanted. 5 men from the People's Liberation Army of the People's Republic of China were indicted for offences against the US. And they were directed to nuclear plants, metals and solar product industries, and they sit on the most wanted list now. 9 Iranian citizens working at the behest of the Iranian government have been indicted in a computer hacking campaign that compromised universities, private companies and government entities. What's concerning is that the most wanted list used to be a short list, but the current FBI one is 116 cyber criminals sitting on it today. The IBM X-Force Threat Intelligence Index for 2024 stated, throughout the course of 2023, X-Force has actively monitored countless Russian state-sponsored attacks, leveraging and evolving tools like TTPs to carry out offensives operations against Ukraine and its allies. They also mentioned in response to the war between Hamas and Israel, X-Force has observed various claimed hacktivism operations related to the crisis in the region. Most targets were in the financial sector, governments, travel and transportation industries. And I'm just scraping the surface here. If you dig deeper on the subject, you will find the ASIO boss's comments that it feels like hand-to-hand combat is an apt description of what's going on in the background. So how can we insulate ourselves from this war as much as possible? Well, I'll share with you one suggestion from IBM's X-Force report because there are just too many strategies to talk about in the short time right now. The one they mention is reduce blast radius. Their report goes on to explain cybersecurity blast radius refers to the potential impact of an incident given the compromise of particular users, devices or data. For example, if an account with administrative privileges is compromised, the blast radius is greater than if a normal non-privileged account is given the ability to move laterally and access additional data across the network. Given the importance of data, security and identity management in the current threat landscape, organizations should consider implementing solutions to reduce the damage that a data security incident could potentially cause. So what are some strategies to reduce that blast radius? Well, IBM lists them for you. Implement a least privileged network framework. Provide identity and network segmentation. Implement data security and protection solutions. Provide continuous monitoring and incident response. And I'll personally add to that list the use of contextual trust algorithms in a zero trust environment. The one thing you can't do now is nothing, because you'll just become collateral damage in this war if you don't do anything. There is no non-combatants in this war. Until next time, stay vigilant, stay informed, and stay secure.